Hey, this is Matteo Lane.
I'm Emma Willman.
And this is Inside the Closet.
Inside the Closet.
Hey guys, it's Inside the Closet. This is Matteo Lane.
I'm Emma Willman. Mateo's doing the intro because I get confused about tenses.
Yeah, so today we are here with my family. I have my Aunt Cindy.
Hi, I'm Aunt Cindy.
And my cousin Megan.
Hi, Megan.
And my cousin Kelly.
Hello.
And we're talking all things Pomaro today, which is my family.
Here we are. We're back with another episode, and we have such a special treat because we have some of Mateo's family
They're
visiting.
so nervous.
I know. What do you guys think is going to happen?
I don't know what they're nervous about. I'm with my Aunt Cindy, who I've talked about a million times in a row.
Who looks amazing.
Thank
you look
you.
so rested and like glowy.
Thank you. I just got back from Vegas. It was 114. So
But you like that.
I love that.
I love that too.
I love that.
Then I have my cousins Kelly and Megan.
Yay!
Hello.
It was Kelly's birthday
Hi.
yesterday.
Oh, happy birthday!
Thank you.
Kelly and I are 1 month apart.
Ooh.
Yes, and Mateo had to go to bed before me when
Yeah.
we were growing up.
Yeah.
And I always rubbed it in his face.
Yeah, that pissed me off so much.
Wait, when you were kids, like you had
Yes,
really.
because
Yeah.
all 7 of us were together, and then we were all every cousin has a cousin their age.
Who's cousin? Like how is the cousin like matchup? Is it like your mom's?
So so my aunt's. Well, Aunt Cindy, you can explain. You're one of 7,
I'm one of 7. I'm the second one of 7.
and then we grew up pretty much next door to them, and
Right.
so there was the 7 of us were always together.
And are you Aunt Cindy's children?
These are both
Yes.
on Cindy's
Nice.
Mateo's
kids.
mom is Cindy's
My
sister.
Yeah, she's my younger sister. She's
Awesome.
number
And you're
3.
all paired, so it was Vincent, Michael, Kate, Megan, and Kelly, and then me and Brian. And Brian is 2 years younger than me. Or is he 3 years younger? He's 2 years younger than me. 3 years younger than me.
Yeah.
But because Brian and I were best friends, I had to go to bed when Brian went to bed, and Kelly got to stay up, and I was a month older than Kelly.
Ooh, that
yeah.
would piss me off.
I mean, yeah, I'll never forget it.
He's giving me like a stink eye right now, actually.
You and Brian
yeah.
just locked yourselves in that room with the air conditioner and
Yeah, that was in Galena.
play video games. You were perfectly happy going to bed at that time.
So we never went to sleep. But yeah, so I have my family on today for everyone listening, and
Also, Cindy was on Mateo's show on IFC that he did.
Janice and Jeffrey.
Janice and Jeffrey, which was really funny.
If
And
you-
I remember you were so serious about your acting role.
I had one line and I kept going over and over in my head. And then when I had to say it, I was dressed as a nurse, and the pants were really big, but I didn't want to like bother anyone and say, "Could you take these?" And so I
Which is
held
what all those
my
people on set are for.
pants up, and then I messed up the line. So
I was like, if you watch that series and you see a Mexican woman in every scene, that's my Aunt Cindy.
I played a lion, a pilgrim,
Yeah.
a monk,
A nurse.
a nurse.
Yeah, the
Most
nurse was
notably
the
a nurse.
best. You played what was it? Like a cult member? You were a
Yeah.
cult member at
right,
one point.
right.
Emma, you were the cult
I
member
was in
too.
the cult. That's what. So you got put to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yes.
so fun.
It
was
was
so
so.
fun.
I laughed for 3 days. It was the best time ever.
And then we
I was
finished-
just surrounded by comics. So
They were like, "It's a wrap." My Aunt Cindy started crying.
Can
It
I
was
strike the set?
sweet.
yes,
Yeah,
everybody
I was
was
waiting
so
for
nice.
Guffman. But yeah, so they're in town, and I thought, it might be good to get them on the podcast so that we could
Please.
sort of because I'm always talking about our family when we're not talking about our family. We're so
am I.
annoying. Yeah. And we always text each other on first dates when we were all not.
Oh,
We
yeah.
were all dating. We're like, okay, how many days till we tell them about their
Mateo
family?
would get me ready for them. He would
Wait.
like do my hair,
Yeah.
watch me get in the car, and then wait for me to come home.
Yeah, Aunt Cindy and I would get Kelly ready. We were her fairy godmothers. Cause
Yeah, she was like Cinderella.
Yeah, Aunt Cindy and I were basically dating each other at one point. We were losers and not going out of the house.
And like the whole time on the date, then I'd just be thinking like, oh, Mateo's over. I should probably go back home. I miss him.
I'd rather be with him.
Could you drop me off?
It's so rare for me to be over. Yeah, this is, if you have questions, we have many of stories that I want them to share and tell.
Well, when you guys were little, so you guys all really did grow up in the same street?
Yeah.
Wow.
We wanted to build a tunnel from our house to each other.
Basement to basement,
We were
yeah.
obsessed with each other. I'm telling the story now on stage. I just started the joke about how we all pretended to be mermaids and Mike had to be Scuttle and Prince Eric and Ursula.
Is Mike the straight one?
Yeah.
The low
The
straight
low
one.
straight one.
When did you tell everyone you were gay?
I told when I was probably 20. No, I was like 19.
Yeah.
No, you were
Or something.
21. It was your 21st birthday.
Yeah, that's why I think that's
Because
when
we were
I
all
told.
coming downtown to meet you out, and you were like embarrassed to tell us that we were going to a gay bar.
We were going to
We're like,
Boys
where are we
Town.
going? Where are we going?
Oh my
Where are we
God, that's
going?
such an intense way to tell.
Well, that's another thing.
We're like, we're going to a
Dramatic.
gay bar. Like, nah, do that.
That's another thing about Italian families, by the way. There's no, hey, can we come? It's, where are we going? So then I'm
Right.
like panicking.
Right.
I'm like, but they're coming!
So you had it already set up that you're going to this bar.
Yeah,
and then
because I
they
was 21. I wanted to go drink in Boys Town. At that
Right.
point, I was already wearing like V-neck shirts and like Nicole Richie hair. So
And you had ruby red slippers when you were a little kid. So.
yeah, I wore my cousin
Weren't hiding
Megan's
anything.
ruby red slippers when I was a kid. It should have been so obvious that Brian and Vince and I were all gay.
Yeah, we were like,
Maybe 'cause
Matt, go outside and play with the other boys. You're like, but I've got these heels on. How can I do that?
And by other boys, she meant me because I was playing with the boys.
Yeah, Kelly was we
Just like switched genders growing up.
we kind of were. I was very effeminate. Kelly was very masculine.
I relate to that.
She played baseball.
I played T-ball. Did you play that?
Oh yeah.
I played where they like literally put the ball on a tee and then you just have to hit it off, and I would still fuck that up. I would just like hit the actual tee and then the ball would like plop to the ground, and
Oh,
my
that
parents would be like,
counts.
It's a hit.
"Oh, yeah,
Yeah, that totally counts.
And they're like, she tried.
Kelly pitched for a boys' baseball team in high school. It was like a big
Wow.
controversy.
That is a
the
big.
first-
That is, yeah. That
First girl for District 214, I
Yeah.
think, right, Cal?
Yeah.
Good for you
But that's
guys.
why like we never thought anything of Matt or Brian or Vince.
well, because
we're
also when
just,
people are kids, it's like I used to babysit this little kid. I'm not going to say his. I wonder, but he used to always like wear like dresses and heels and stuff. But now he's like this like really big, stocky, straight guy chef. So, and his mom like was like, oh, you never know. He just likes to wear dresses. Like he would wear dresses and put on lots of makeup. So you
He
never
got it out of
know,
his system, maybe.
right?
Vince never did that. Brian never did that. But Matt was
Mateo and Brian,
dresses, heels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you
play
guys
football.
You
surprised?
guys would take your Nintendo DS and just draw like dresses. Like you would say an
Yeah.
event and then have like a
Contest.
draw.
There was a
dresses.
it was just so painfully obvious that we were gay. Like there was on the Nintendo DS, you could draw a drawing and then give it to the other person, so you could draw on the same drawing. So Brian and I would sit and draw like women.
Brian, other gay one.
Yeah, my
who's
cousin.
your son?
My son.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we would draw dresses over, like they're going to the VMAs. What would they wear? And then run up to my Aunt Cindy and be like, "Whose dress is better?"
I still had no idea.
Yeah,
And Mike's out playing basketball. and
baseball,
Right.
hanging out, drinking, like meeting girls, and we're
I'm like
inside drawing
hitting
dresses.
baseballs with my dick.
Yeah,
Maybe it wasn't obvious because 3 of the 4 of you were gay. Like of the
That's
guys
right.
we were around,
That's
Mike
such a
was the
good point.
minority. So
Yeah.
Vince
Right.
and Matteo and Brian were just
yeah. That's what I said. I'm
you
like,
know,
you guys are probably like, well, I guess boys like Barbies now.
Right.
Yeah.
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 That's
I
such
thought
a
it
good
was
point.
nice that you guys let him play with you. I didn't think anything. I'm like, oh, that's
Brian-
so cute. They give him a skipper.
I was like, Brian wanted to skip her first birthday. And,
I had a
so
mermaid
nice.
Barbie doll that I loved.
I mean, yeah.
My mom, I was like that too, and then my mom was really surprised. And
was?
so you really were surprised. You were like, who came out first, Matteo or Brian?
Me and
Okay.
then Brian.
Yeah.
And then
Vince, me, and then Brian.
and Vince is your brother who I met.
Yeah, I ran into him
Right.
at a gay bar when I was there. I was using a fake ID. Remember Dave? with the
OMG!
jacket?
Oh, yeah.
You never told me that.
Yeah,
Dave
that's
with the jacket.
Yeah, that's how I met. That's how I saw my brother. And the first thing he asked me, he
Holy
goes, "When's
shit.
Brian coming out?"
he
Oh my
did.
god.
Yeah, of course.
Mateo, haven't you and Vince and Brian like seen each other on Grindr too?
Well,
You're just like,
yeah.
"Ah," swiping.
Accidentally, like at Christmas.
I don't want
Yeah,
to
no,
hear
not
that.
accidentally. At Christmas time, like, oh, look who's 5 feet away from me, and it's just 3 heads in a row. It's like me, Vince, Brian. But now we're all like all hitched or whatever, so none of us are on Grindr
Vince was
anymore.
like, he was young. He was like 12, I think.
Vince came out when
He
he
was
was
really
like
young. He was in
14
middle
or
school,
something.
yeah.
He was really. Did my mom ever tell you that, or did she wait off to tell you that Vince was gay? Like, because I remember him telling my mom, and then my mom was like, you know, I think crying, but then we thought it was something she told him. Like, we didn't know what was going on.
No,
but then,
I think you guys told me. And I wasn't surprised at Vince. And
Yeah.
I wasn't really surprised at Brian, my son, but I was shocked at you.
Me
Matt.
too.
Really?
I was,
Yeah.
me too. I was
What?
shocked.
I was.
Aunt Cindy, how?
We always
I-
thought you were like artsy fartsy.
Yeah, I just thought you were really like out there and artistic. And I remember when you were in Italy, like they were saying, "Oh, he's probably with the girls on the beaches." And
Is he?
In a way, he is.
I'm
heels
shocked
with
that you were
girls.
shocked.
I was.
That is
I was too,
shocking.
Mateo.
My mom was shocked too, and I used to always dress like
She
a
was.
boy. And I always had. I played a game with my sister where it was the wife game, where the game was she would be my wife, and then I would be the husband, and that was the. It's not
sounds
even
familiar.
but my mom was shocked. She goes. She's like. She used the same word. She goes. I'm shocked. And I was like,
Yeah.
and then actually she said, she goes, I just thought you were, I thought you were kind of out there and just like to play different kinds of games. Mm-hmm. But shocked.
And kind of a tomboy or
Right.
whatever, but yeah.
Kelly was kind of a tomboy, wearing her basketball shorts under her prom dress.
Yep.
Wow.
I was like, what can I wear a sports bra with? Okay.
Our family is so obsessed. We talk every day. I don't think there's a day go by
But that's
we don't
such a
talk
nice
to
thing.
each other.
How
We
was
text
it?
and
And you
stuff,
guys
yeah.
were all natural, and it's okay to say if, like, you weren't too, but like, how do you think that? What made you guys able to be also accepting of when someone came out?
I don't know. I think we
It's
just
really
been-
amazing.
I don't know, it just didn't change anything. Like,
Yeah,
it's
we
still,
still
still who you are. It wouldn't
That makes
change
me want to
anything.
cry.
Still,
Well, we also
still
were
the
raised.
little boy that we raised, and it's still
little
the same
girl.
little boy or little girl.
And those ruby red slippers.
Yeah.
So I
love those
I don't
slippers.
understand when families disassociate with
I
with a
know.
child. I just don't understand it. Like
I always wonder if it's like something because I used to be like, oh, I used to be like more empathetic about it, but now I'm like, fuck that. Like kids are dying in school
Yeah.
shootings. Like get over
Yeah.
yourself.
I know.
Right.
Also, too, you kind of had you had a tough childhood, so maybe you just sort of like I think the same thing about Pops, and his life was so hard. Our
Right.
grandpa went blind at 5 and became a
Yeah.
judge, and they were broke. So and he put
Yeah.
himself through law school, and
He
had
was
to
a
do-
blind judge.
Yeah.
Yes.
Irony at its finest.
So it's I know. So I think our family's just been through more shit, and so I think
Yeah.
being gay is kind of the least of
that's-
our
Right,
family's
right.
worries.
exactly.
Although when you came out, so Vince is the oldest, Kate's the middle, and Matteo's the youngest. When Matteo came out, I know Kate, Anti came out to her parents and was like, I swear I'm not gay. Like, the other two are gay, but I promise you.
Take it easy.
Because she works out, she's like a personal
she's like
trainer,
a
and she
personal
hunts and
trainer
stuff.
and-
So she definitely has that side too. She's like, I swear I'm not.
Yeah.
She had to come out as straight.
She did.
Anti, yeah.
In our family, you have to come out as straight.
Right.
You are gay until proven otherwise. But I do think that we do think that they think there's a gay gene or whatever.
I
But
think that there is.
We think it's from
yeah.
We think it's
Right.
from the Mexican side of the family. Like what was your uncle's
Yeah, let's blame
name?
the Mexicans.
Because your dad's brother was in the 1950s. Wait, explain him. He was
My dad.
your dad's brother.
Oh, so yeah, Uncle Don was his name, and this was in the 50s. He was a hairdresser, a woman's hairdresser at a hair salon, and he was also in all the community theater and stuff. So
he was
those
gay.
two factors
And
were
beaten up in
guessing.
high school, right? Like
And
wasn't
beaten up,
out.
like my father had to defend him because he was, I think, kind of wimpy or whatever in school. So
we think
he
maybe
was beaten
he
up.
was gay too.
So we're blaming the gay gene on him.
Yeah.
Did he have a wife?
Yeah, he did. He
Yeah,
had a
he
wife
did.
and a son. But back then,
Doesn't
there's
mean
no
anything.
way you're gonna,
Right.
But I'm we don't know. We're going off guessing, but we're like.
I asked my mom, and she said, "Oh yeah, that could be." She goes, "You know what? That could be." Uncle Don was like,
He did
that.
cut
And I'm
hair in ruby red slippers.
Right.
Yeah,
minus the ruby reds.
Yeah, our family deals with. I think we all communicate through humor. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
That we all learn how to I swear all of my stand up is basically derivative of my family.
I always say, cause Matteo and I talk about that, and I love Italians because my family's super WASPy, so they're the opposite of that. Have you met WASPy people before?
Yeah.
Uptight
So
ones?
not touchy feely.
No, not touchy feely at all. And I'm really
Standoffish.
touchy, very standoffish. I'm really touchy feely. Like with my
Okay.
mom, I'll grab her and be like, I love you, I love you, I love you, and she'll be like, okay.
Oh my god!
I love you
Are you
too.
kidding?
Okay, I'm serious. Or when we walk down the street, I'll hold her hand and I'll be like, I love you, I love you, I love you. And she's like, okay, I love you too.
But that's
she's-
how she was raised.
It's how
so
she was
Right.
raised.
She doesn't,
And her love language is more she'll make things or she'll pick at me. She'll be like, are you wearing sunscreen? Are you wearing sunscreen? You have to wear sunscreen.
Yeah.
But that's how her she
Sure.
shows affection.
Yeah.
But they are so repressed. It's not good. It's not good for the WASPy people.
I mean, Grandma basically mauls us.
Yes.
Grabs our arm, mauls us.
I love that.
If you're
Yeah.
within arm's length, she's just always rubbing you and
Grabbing you,
I love
pulling
that.
at you,
Patting
kissing
you.
you.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
so
Lipstick
cute.
marks.
Lipstick
On
all
the
over you.
babies.
Like magenta lipstick. She picks weird colors.
Do Italians drink a lot?
No one
Because
really drinks a
WASPy
lot
people
in
drink
our
a
family.
lot. They drink a lot of gin and tonic.
No, not as much as Irish. Our dad is Irish, and his side drinks. I would say.
Yeah, I was. There's a clear difference in the
Yeah.
drinking because
Like
their
wine,
other
I
side
see.
is Irish. Their dad's Irish, and there's been some. I'm sure that family's had some issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the WASPy people drink a lot.
Really?
They're always drinking. They're always like drinking gin and tonics, and they have a cocktail before dinner, at dinner, and after dinner. And I'm like, that's like a lot of drinking.
We like a lot of red sauce.
And wine.
Wine,
Wine. We
right?
do like
Red
wine.
sauce,
Yeah, you do put wine in the red sauce. I want to sort of have them tell stories that
Yes,
I think are really
please.
funny. There's something that within our family, everyone but them are on time. They're never on time.
When we're
I'm
together.
shocked that they're okay. Kelly,
it's when we're together.
It's not just when you're together. So I want you guys to. They've been late to everything. So I'll
In
let
New
Aunt
York.
Cindy lead this story about last year when they came to New York. They had bought tickets to a Broadway show.
I mean, important things were late too.
Yep.
Like really important, like your show.
Yeah.
Kelly knocked down your thing, but
Sorry.
We were on time to this.
Yeah.
we were going to.
I'm late
Can I say
too.
the name of the show?
Yeah,
Oh,
say it,
okay.
yeah.
So we're going to Matilda, and it was a Saturday night on Broadway. So we're walking down the street looking for a place to eat. We hadn't made a reservation, of course.
Hadn't
so we
even
walked
thought
to
about it.
a couple different places on a Saturday night on Broadway. Do you have? Well, no. Do you have a reservation? Well, of course not. Why? Why would we think of that? So we ended up at.
You're getting reservation shamed.
Yeah.
We had looked online at restaurants like, oh, this looks good, this looks good, this looks
Oh,
good.
go to those places.
It hadn't
Yeah.
occurred to us. It's Saturday night in New York. What are you
Hey,
doing?
we ended up at
You
Guy
gotta live and
Fieri's.
learn. It's a process.
Yeah.
It's a process.
We did.
And where'd you end up?
At Guy Fieri's.
The worst
dumb.
rated
Well,
restaurant in New York City.
Or seats
It
available.
was so awful.
Yes.
It was so awful. But anyway, so then we finished dinner. We're right
No,
there. The
tell about
theater's right there.
dinner. We're not getting
were
to this
like-
without you explaining Guy Fieri's dinner.
How was the dinner?
We were facing the back of like the bar, like the back of the.
The tappers.
Yeah.
And it was
Staring.
mirrored, so we could just stare at ourselves the whole
Yeah.
dinner.
Oh, God.
It was the worst view.
But we were like,
couldn't
that's
talk to
okay.
each other.
At
We
a
deserve
bar,
this.
so
We
like,
have to
either
eat
look
this.
at ourselves in the mirror, or we had to go like
To watch-
sideways.
you
like
had
that.
to watch
Seinfeld
yourself
episode,
eat?
like, what's going on down there?
Yeah.
Yeah, salad, and I don't know what.
But we were like,
ate.
that's fine. The show's right there. We can't be
Right.
late to it because it's
Not
right
gonna be
there.
late.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Well,
Go, you guys.
You could like throw a softball at Matilda, and it's right there.
And you're not enjoying the food. So it's not like you're so caught up in the
Right.
food, like,
No,
oh, we
no.
just have to take another bite of this. Blah, blah,
couldn't
blah.
wait to get out of there.
Right.
So like, well, the show's at 8, so we'll head on over there. Like
And you guys
7:30.
decided the show was at 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
You were like, it's at 8
It's at 8.
o'clock.
We just
Oh,
thought,
no.
it's
Show's at 8.
So we go over there. It's like 7:30. We got time to spare. Brian's got an uncomfortable shirt on. We're like, why don't you walk home and go change it? Oh yeah, all right. So he goes home to change his shirt. I'm like, well, I'll call Dad, see what's
Yeah.
going up.
We
Megan
all
calls
called our
her
husbands.
husband. Yeah,
Just
we're like,
like-
oh. And there's a gentleman outside who works for the theater, and he's like, do you guys want to go in? And we're like, no, we're okay. We're all right here.
yeah, we'll wait.
We got time to kill.
Yeah, basically.
We got time. There's no one else out there with us.
We're just so early.
Then like 7:55, and we're like, well, I guess we should go in.
We'll
now.
go in, Brian. We'll meet Brian.
We
inside.
walked in, and Matilda's going on, and I thought, oh, the earlier show's still going on. And they were like, no, it started at like 7:30.
Oh, son of a bitch.
We were there on time. We
Yeah.
just didn't go in.
Right.
Stood outside.
The guy must have been
Thumbs
so
up our
confused.
asses.
He's like,
Do you
"Y-
want to go
inside.
in? No, we like to be a half hour late.
Yeah. It's our thing.
Well, no one around us like that.
Right. We like to play catch up.
me.
It's a fun
Excuse me.
mental exercise.
Exactly.
Then we all texted Brian, like in capital letters, like, hurry up, it already
We're
started.
really late. The people were so mad. We were rushing. We were like, "Oh,
Excuse me,
wait
excuse me,
till
excuse me.
Brian comes
Yeah.
in."
Oh, yeah.
He'll really be back.
Brian said he was like shaking. He was laughing so hard because he just couldn't believe that we did this again.
Yeah.
the guy was
working there
so
were just
confused. Well,
pissed.
the show's starting. You need to get We'll go in
thanks.
later.
No, thanks.
We
like to
decided.
stay. We decide when the show starts.
We do what we want.
Everyone was so pissed at us.
We said 8 o'clock this morning, and we are sticking with 8 o'clock. We refuse to look at these tickets.
Right. We weren't wrong.
Are you guys seeing any shows this time?
No, I have. That
What are you guys
app.
doing
We
tonight?
don't trust ourselves.
We don't like to make scheduled timing things.
Yeah, that's
because
probably
of
better that
our
way.
history.
Yeah.
So when you
Last
text
minute.
us about the podcast, I was like, oh no.
Right?
We gotta be on
It
time.
has a start time? Oh, God.
I can't believe they were so nervous to be on this podcast.
I get it because it's like a new thing. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Lance,
half of the nerves was getting here on time.
Yeah, you did it.
You did it.
One time I was doing 5 minutes minutes, I was running my late night set at New York Comedy Club, and it was like I was at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I was like, it's gonna be 7:30. You have to get there 7:30.
Was it for Colbert or Seth Meyers?
It was for Seth.
Yep.
I was like, you gotta get there, and like we'll do it. We'll
don't
get there.
worry,
blah,
man.
Come on, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, all right, and then like I don't know what happens with you
We
guys.
just were running
You're in the
late. I
cab
don't
running
know.
late because we had
We
to
just
stop
did
to
like a
get
time
beer.
warp. We're just
Yeah.
we
Do
went to
you
that
guys-
park because
It's
then we went
worse
to the
when we're
park.
together.
And do you do the math wrong too? Because sometimes, like, I'll do it
Yeah.
where I'll be like, okay, I've got to be there at this time, and then like there was a thing I had to be at yesterday at 8 a.m. So I had my alarm go off at 7:20, and then I was in bed, and I was like, okay, 7:20, 7:30. If I get here at 7:40, I should
Yeah.
be fine. No, I'm not fine. Like then it's
Yeah.
like, and I got there right at like 8. I got there just 5 minutes after, but I should have been fucked because it's like I do math like no one else in the world exists.
I am
Right.
early
I don't
to
even know we were
everything.
doing math.
I've never been late to anything
Yeah.
in my entire
But
life.
we came
Wow.
running in the show. Matteo was already on the stage in the middle of his set.
Oh, boy.
But we came running in the theater.
and I have
Sit in the back.
5
Yeah.
minutes.
And I was like, we'll just go to the back where like we can quickly hide. I
won't
run
know.
and I
His phone
sit
was-
down. His phone was recording him for Seth Meyers, and I knocked it over, and it fell on the ground and stopped recording.
Oh God.
And
So
Mateo's
not only did they
on
rush
stage,
in late,
Oh,
make
my
a
God.
huge kerfuffle, but the only thing I needed
Boom,
was
we're
this
here.
5 minutes and on the ground.
And on stage, Matt said, "Could you pick up that phone?"
I know, it felt so
Is
bad.
that
Like-
part of the act?
We're
Like,
here.
oh, my
But we're
family's
here.
here.
We made it.
That's like some incredible coordination of all the things to knock over to.
I
Couldn't have been someone else's phone, but
I wasn't
thought we could just
shocked
hide
in the
back.
least.
Well, yeah, and poor Mateo's like,
I mean,
On
don't-
stage.
It's fine, guys. No worries. Let's go get dinner.
Were you guys surprised when Matteo said he wanted to be a comedian?
Oh, good question.
No,
well, I've
we
had like
loved
good
it. He like
question.
mentioned it. And we're like, "Where's your first show? What time? We'll be there." And then we all came.
So let me explain my first show to you.
Yeah, let's
My
hear it.
first show. There was how
All
many
of
members?
us.
I
there
mean,
had been 30 of us.
I mean, there was 30 members of my family there.
Where
For me to
was
do 3
it?
minutes.
Where
In Chicago. It was
Chicago.
it was in Old Town in Chicago on North and
and
Wells.
how did it come about?
Because my friend Marty DeRosa, who's a comic in Chicago, he was dating my friend Anais. They were dating, and I don't know. I just decided, like, I was like, oh, it'd be fun to try.
How'd you know
stand-up
this guy,
comedy.
Marty?
Because he was dating my friend Anais.
Oh, he was okay. Got it.
And so I said, I want to try stand-up, and he was like, great, come do 3 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was like, so then of course I tell the family, and then
we were
so.
like, "What's that?"
Sure, we'll be there.
Did you practice your jokes in front of them?
No,
So you guys hadn't seen it.
No, but it was all stuff that he talks about at our Christmas dinners, or
Right.
Matt was
Sunday
just
dinners
Mateo was just
and-
being Mateo. That's
Right.
how.
Yeah, it's just sitting at the kitchen.
And again, it wasn't, he didn't invite us. We just said when and
my
where we're coming. We just
Grandparents
throw
came,
ourselves
parents
on it.
came, cousins came, sister. I mean,
Yeah.
there was 30 of us there. And
Bye,
it's, like,
Grandpa.
it's like a shit bar show where like normally 12 people come.
Yes.
So they were
Yeah.
so thrilled that there was 30 people
Right.
there
Who are all
to
these
watch me do
people?
3 minutes, and I
Right.
was awful. I'm sure I was
think
awful.
so.
Okay,
No, we
I
loved
was
it.
not.
Oh, we
good.
loved every minute of it.
And then they get mad because when they come to shows, I have to tell them, I can't tell them about shows anymore because they just never stop coming. So like I said one time, they're always like, well, my Uncle Mike's like, you can talk about me? You talking about me more? They want you to talk about them.
Or my dad. His Uncle Michael is the person that's like, you know what you should talk about,
Oh,
and then
God.
I give him advice. And it's like,
Short,
Hey.
chewy name.
do an impression of Ozzy Osbourne on stage. Why don't you do that?
I tell you, I got an idea. Why don't you
Yeah.
say Jiminy Glick interviewing Ozzy Osbourne? Huh?
Yeah.
Come on.
So true. It's like,
Where does he get that idea from?
Oh, he's got the most
bad
ridiculous
Oh,
ideas.
he's the one that comes up with the ideas for inventions, and then
Yeah,
you're not
oh, yeah.
into it.
Yes, or t-shirts.
Remember
or-
the Tisha the Homeland Security idea? I mean, we threw that out the window so quickly. A lot of us, we're like lions. The lion's den
yeah.
is my Aunt Cindy's bed. It's huge, and we all lay on it and sit and bitch. And so my Uncle Mike runs upstairs like, I got an idea. We'll do a shirt, and it's Homeland Security, and it's a man on his porch with a gun. And we're all like,
Go watch the driveway.
where Mateo's like one website with one shirt.
yeah,
What
Aunt
are you talking
Cindy, Aunt
about?
Cindy didn't even look up. She's flipping a magazine, and she goes, yeah, we're going to sell that.
Yeah.
On the internet! The internet!
The
what?
interwebs.
Yeah.
But that's an awful shirt idea.
It's a terrible,
WWW.
terrible
The
idea.
WASPy
Worldwide
family might
web.
like it.
Maybe. And I'm really open-minded to ideas because I'm all about trying to invent stuff, but that is actually a bad idea.
It's a terrible idea.
And he also suggested gay greeting cards, Mateo. Mateo.
Oh my
that's a
God,
good
I
idea.
You have
forgot
your own
about
clubs,
that.
your own resorts. Why don't you?
And
have
what
your
did I
own
say? I
cards?
was like, what is it going to say? Like, happy
That's a
birthday.
good idea.
No, Aunt Cindy said
Happy
that.
birthday.
Happy birthday from a gay. Like, what is it going to say?
Well,
and
then he
Why is
wanted
it
you.
different than a regular birthday
Yeah.
card?
Oh,
It's
good
like,
point.
wait,
Then he
I'm like,
wanted
what?
you to do a painting for Obama because he wanted to make money off of you, and you were like, "No, it has to be something like provocative." If it's
And
gonna
my
make the
Aunt
news.
Cindy from the other end of the house goes, yeah, and if he doesn't like it, you can send him the card that says, I'm sorry from a gay.
Wait, I think gay greeting cards is kind of a good idea.
Don't encourage him. He
please.
doesn't need the
Don't tell him.
encouragement. I'm telling you, we're make money. We're to make money.
Again, on what website? Like just
I know
you
what
know?
website. What?
The World Wide Web. You say. You go on the World Wide Web. And that-
It's big. It's going to be big. There's a lot of people on the World Wide Web.
Yeah, you
Go to
see?
Google and type in Yahoo. Go to your
You
mail.
have your sausage sandwich with the peppers. And that,
He's obsessed with cars, Buicks. He just salivates
Buick
over.
Centuries.
Has he ever
Old
made
men cards.
something?
Old
Has he
men
made-
cards.
No,
he-
absolutely not.
Oh, has he made something?
Has he gotten one of these products to market?
Absolutely not.
He
That's
sees.
the-
I think he sees Mateo's talent as like his meal ticket. He's like,
Mateo,
Mateo,
right.
paint something.
do something, write something,
Draw
sing something.
If you were to do like Bo the dog, like
Oh, that's right. I was like, paint Bo the
Obama.
dog for what? And mail it to who? Just
Right.
to the
To
White
Obama.
House and put a stamp on it?
To the web.
To the web. To the World Wide Web. One time he broke his leg or his foot, and it was the most exhausting 3 months of our lives because I mean the drama. You would think he's not even the Italian one. He's more dramatic than all of us. Like he would literally one day we were sitting at the kitchen table and someone goes running by, and he was like, "I wish I could do that right now." We're immediately
all right,
screaming
you
at him.
will run someday.
Like you've
Stop
never
it.
run before or since this.
Yeah. So
when was the
suddenly.
last time you went for a jog?
I really relate to him, actually.
Wait, what happened when he got the bike? He was running around the block, right?
No, he would walk like for like 20 minutes, and then he got a bike and do the same route and be back in 2 minutes, and he'd be like, "That was so much faster. I like that better." Yeah, Dad. Why don't you get in a car next time and drive there?
Shoveling the
farther.
driveway with those shovels. He refused to get new ones until I think yesterday.
Yeah.
There's like tinfoil. It just crunched at the bottom.
Literally. And then we'd be like, "Yeah, there's a pizza in it for you if you have someone to drive." Our games as kids were like Uncle Mike forcing us outside and like, pick up these sticks.
Yeah.
There's a pizza in it for you.
Here's a cardboard box. Play in this.
Yeah.
How'd you guys meet?
I worked as a secretary at the police department on my college summers off, and he was a police officer.
Oh, so he was a
and,
police officer.
Yes.
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 And
So was
an
Mateo,
inventor.
I
Well,
know nothing
wanna
inventor
be
in his
his
head.
He just wants to make money.
and he has made money. He's done a
Yeah.
great job.
Yeah.
He's doing
Yeah.
just fine.
Maybe
but
he
he
could-
literally is obsessed with Buick Centuries. Like, my dad's mom died, and the next day, I went over to my cousins, and my uncle was like, "I'm so sorry to hear about your grandmother, but who's getting that car?" I was like, "Well, it's not you.
In
Right.
the same breath.
You're not getting that car. And what are you gonna do with another Buick Century? Play Tetris in the parking, in the driveway? Oh, he's
The driver
obsessed.
that he washes.
Oh, so he got a new driveway, and he's now just dating the
fan.
driveway. I came over one day. I mean, you would think this driveway was
I
carrot
think you should
gold.
put him to work. You should have him when you really pop off. Have him manage your like. You could,
No.
why doesn't he do our merch?
There you
I
go.
would trust him with a
We
plan.
could give
There
it.
you go.
He said when I was a kid though. I remember when I was a kid, Uncle Mike kept saying, "He's like, you're going to be the next Jim Carrey. I'll be
Yeah.
your manager." Like he
remember
did
him
say
saying
that.
that.
Yeah, he did.
When you were a kid, so before you started doing entertainment.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, I think we
so
all.
he's got a good eye.
I know, but I think I was always like,
He can be
I
my
think that-
think of that
manager.
You were
T-shirt.
always performing, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it
Yeah.
was
True.
I'm looking back. Do you think it was obvious that this was the direction I was going to go in? I mean, I don't. I
Singing.
drew and sing and stuff.
Yeah.
Something in this like
drawing.
Comedy is just
artistic
so
entertainment.
random
Range.
because it's like
It
because
is.
we didn't when I was little we didn't really watch a lot of comedy.
We didn't either. I don't think.
Did you guys ever see
Seinfeld and
Comic View?
Seinfeld.
Seinfeld. My dad always watched Seinfeld. Did you ever see Comic View?
No.
It was a show on BET that a comic named Bruce hosted, and I grew up in like rural Maine, so this was like the only time I'd ever seen like black people was when I would watch BET, and it was just like a different world to me, and I fucking loved this comic Bruce, but the only other comic I knew was Seinfeld. So those were my two comics, Bruce,
Yeah, we watched
and Seinfeld.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Simpsons.
religiously.
right.
But I'm
oh,
trying to
Simpsons
think.
too. Yeah.
We didn't. But we were just a funny family. I think because you all sit around, you're all at the table, and if you're gonna speak up, it's got to be
Louder than the
Right.
next.
Who's the quietest one?
Not near Matteo.
Right.
Definitely not.
Is
yeah.
anyone quiet in our
Vince.
family? My brother.
Vince.
Vince
Yeah.
is the quietest. Vince is the quietest because everyone else. I mean, especially Christmas when we all get together.
But when Vince does say things, he's so funny also.
Yeah.
Like,
Brian's the
very
funniest.
witty. Yes.
Brian's
My cousin Brian's the
Yeah.
funniest. I think maybe Aunt Cindy's the funniest. Brian or Aunt Cindy are the
No.
funniest.
We gotta put your Uncle Mike to work.
What could he do?
He can manage our merchandise.
He would
We don't
love
have
to
any
do that,
merchandise.
Matt.
He's
would-
talked about
He
like,
can
how
help
he
us
would do
make
it.
some merchandise.
He would
and
love
manage
it.
I think it's a good
If he
idea.
could do it on his driveway, preferably.
Oh yeah, I came home one day. He got a new driveway and was washing it.
How do you get a new driveway?
You just get a new driveway. You get it like taken out and put a new one in.
nice.
And so because your guys' driveway before was just like
From the bad shovels.
Yeah.
in winter.
He dinged it up.
yeah.
So remember there was so many cracks. We played Foursquare.
Yeah.
So he was like aggressively shoveling the driveway.
Oh, it was aggressively brushing his teeth. Aggressively. Megan, can you imitate how he brushes his teeth?
I mean, it's a better visual.
Yeah, but still, you can
It's
describe
like the most
it.
violent thing you've ever
I don't have
seen.
enough like saliva in my mouth.
Why does he do it like that?
It's
I don't. He like doesn't want to get a cavity or something. I'm like, all right. The harder you brush, your like gums are gonna bleed. He, like, holds
And he
on.
doesn't. And he doesn't use a cup like to do the water. He just splashes it in his mouth and then
He
spits
holds
it out.
onto the sink to like stabilize himself because he's so violent.
Wait, I love this
Then
guy.
he'll be like, wait, why don't you use a Dixie cup, Dad? And he'll be like, well, my father was in World War II.
That's
They
right.
didn't have Dixie cups.
That's exactly what he says, Kelly.
Completely
You're right.
irrelevant.
Because my father didn't use one.
Yeah.
It's like, well, they got him now. So
Your father didn't use a cell phone either, but you're all over that.
Right.
We've come a long way. Paper cups.
I just shut the door if he's brushing his teeth.
My
Oh, it's
parents were
violent.
in
Him eating an
Vegas
apple.
over the winter, and my dad had heard that it snowed. So then he called me and was like, Kelly, I got a favor to ask you. Can you drive over to my house and drive up and down a driveway to make it look like there's tracks? To make it look like we're home. I was like, no, I'm not doing that.
Oh, you did it. And then she sent us a video of Kelly going in and out, in and out, in and out of the driveway. And then when she pulls away, she goes, problem solved. Or what did you say? Problem averted?
Yeah, something like or crisis averted.
Crisis averted.
it makes sense so that no one's going to rob.
Right.
Right.
No
Wait,
melted. No,
Kelly,
no
tell
melted.
the mask story.
He's a policeman, Kelly. That's what he...
But no one was on the streets. because
Maybe
it
he
snowed
could.
so much.
Maybe if we got famous, he could be our security.
There you go.
Okay, he'd
would
be
like
good
a
at that.
bodyguard.
Security,
Yeah.
he'd be good at.
But he sounds like it'd be fun to have him do some kind of merch.
He's
would
more fun to
love
talk to.
That, man.
Yeah,
He
I think that would be
absolutely love
fun.
it.
Wait, Kelly, tell the story of the mask.
Yeah, there was like
He's hired.
radiation coming from Japan or something a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Like many years ago.
Radiation coming from Japan.
Remember
Japan.
the power
Okay.
plant that shut
Yeah.
down and it was coming, there was radiation.
Right. Okay, I just want to make sure I heard
So-
that right.
Well, first
Japan.
of all,
Right,
he
got
went
it.
to
They live in Chicago.
Right.
Yes. Well,
That's why I was
And
confused.
the story will continue.
Yeah, okay.
well, he went to
still won't make
Vegas.
sense.
He went to Vegas and canceled the newspaper, and I was like, "Why?" I like to read it because I was still home, and he was like, "I don't want you to have to walk down the end of the driveway every day." I was like, "Okay." So right before he left, he bought those like.
Painter's
masks.
mask.
Surgical mask.
Yeah, like surgical masks from Walgreens, and just like left me a pack. And he was like, "If that radiation comes to Arlington Heights, I got this for you." And Brian, without missing a beat, was like, "Well, how will she know it's coming? She can't read the news." And he didn't buy my sister or my two brothers' masks. It was just me. I was like, screw you guys.
He went to Vegas, which is closer to Japan, and didn't buy himself a mask.
Also, those aren't radiation proof. Those are for
Right.
the flu.
Right.
So I
yeah,
just
that's
walked
all
around
it
the
takes.
house.
$6 at Walgreens.
to her
It's good.
face.
I just walked around the house wearing the mask, taking pictures, sending to my family.
He didn't give them to anybody
safe.
else.
No, just to
Just
Kelly.
me. Yeah.
Are you
I
the
guess-
favorite?
No, I think it's just.
I
I think he
mean,
thought that Kelly.
Megan and Mike had
it.
moved out. And I think
Yeah,
Brian
so
was in Chicago or something.
That's when Kelly, Uncle
But
Mike stole
radiation would
Kelly's
be
bed and
affecting
put it in
everyone. It's
Megan's
radiation.
house. And,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I was gonna say the light switches. If he's even if you're home while he's out of town,
Yeah.
and he tapes all the light switches
you
because he
don't
has them
put it
all
on.
on timers because he doesn't trust that again someone's not going to rob the house. But Kelly's home, so you go in the kitchen to turn on can't turn the light on or off because it's
He's
on a timer and it's
taped
taped
them?
them. Yes, they're all
taped.
taped.
Yeah, they're all scotch
They're all
taped.
scotch taped. And if you touch it and he comes home, he's like, "You took that tape off that light switch."
Like, I had
yeah,
to
'cause I
turn
wanted
the
to
light
see.
on. Yeah, I can't see
It
anything.
was so dark.
Yeah.
How did he react when you guys like first started like dating? Like, was he like?
Well, when you dated Caesar, he,
his fame is he would of course want them to like come over,
of course,
and he'd like
Ask
I
for
gotta
their
sit
middle
them down.
initial.
Yeah, I get your middle initial. Gonna look you up in the police computer. And then you would just ask
Jesus.
them, and you would ask
Yeah.
them straight up. You'd look at me like, "What are your intentions with my daughter?"
Oh my God.
And I'm like,
even if it
16
was
or
like a
something,
first
I'm like,
date.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Brian and I are like, get ready for this then.
Right. What would those guys
Brian
say?
and I are still playing
We got the
Silver.
1-2 punch over here.
I mean, I would like try and warn them, but like,
There's no warning with
I
this
mean,
family.
yeah.
Also, I think every boyfriend
So
of Megan
embarrassing.
has seen Aunt Cindy in her underwear.
Yes.
Hey.
Not on purpose. Not on purpose.
she just walks around.
Did she send him a pic? Welcome to the family.
It's just like you'll open there and be like,
Close your door. Your door. The second you walk in my parents' house, you can see into their bedroom.
Yeah.
And so she's shocked
It's
when
the
like
layout of the house. Not
her
my
door's
fault.
wide open and she's in her underwear and people can see her. Like, just shut the door.
Very welcoming.
Now,
the door right
my-
into the bedroom.
There's a special family member that we lost a couple years ago. His name
Sorry
was
to hear
Peyton. He was a dog, and he lived for
Right, Matteo.
No, I was a real
19
person.
years. This dog lived for 19.
Yes.
May have been older because when we got him, how
They
old?
guessed that he was a
guessed
year
he
older
like,
when we got him.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
guessed he was like a year old. We got him when Brian was how old? 3?
I was 8, so Brian was 4.
4. So yeah, we were 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How so curious about to think. How was he at like when you guys met your husbands? Was he like cool with them?
Well, everyone loves Wally.
Yeah.
How did they win
Actually,
him over?
initially, same thing. My husband's a couple years older than me, and he was like,
Except for the red hair.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Right.
same thing. What are your intentions with my
Right.
daughter? Because I think I was 23 when we started dating. He was 28. What is this 28-year-old guy want with my daughter? But then once he got to know him, he was
Because how does someone
no.
even answer that when someone says, "What I want with their daughter"? They say, "I just to get to know them."
Right.
They can't like.
Just to get to know them.
Yeah. Just
hold
to
her
talk.
hand.
Right. My mom's friend Jean, who's Italian, who met Matteo, I think it was like Sunday night.
Yeah, a couple nights ago.
A couple nights ago, she always tells a story about she didn't when she would date guys in high school that after they would come over to the house, sometimes they would get a little weird, and she never knew why. And then she like ran into one of them like years and years later, and he was like, "I just want you to know the reason I was like weird to you is I came by to get you, and your dad said he wanted to show me something in the kitchen, and then he pushed me against the wall and said, I just want you to know that anything you do to my daughter physically, I'll do to you."
Oh, wow.
And then and was like, "So
Yeah.
whoa, so watch it, don't get handsy."
What was Pops like when
And
you
then
brought
she was
guys
like,
over?
"Oh, I'm so sorry."
Yeah. He was fine. He was,
They were
Kept it
they were
chill.
scared of him.
like your mom didn't tell him when she was bringing one boy over to meet him that
You
he
could
was
also
blind.
because he's blind, yeah.
So he went
We,
to
like,
like shake
forget
his
that.
hand.
Right, he was blind. Oh,
Yeah. And so the boyfriend was like, oh, he thought my dad was drunk because he didn't see where
Right,
his hand
yeah.
was. And like, Sherry, why didn't
You
you,
have
tell
to
him
tell
he's
him he's
blind?
blind.
Yeah.
So he was 100% blind?
Yeah.
Wow.
And every one of the cousins, we all at some point you wave your hand in front, like whenever
Like,
you're
you
like
can't
3.
see this?
You can't see that. Can you see this?
What
Can you
about-
see that? Can you see this?
Can you see this?
I said when I was little, I'm like, just get bigger glasses.
yeah.
Yeah. he
Mom,
did
you
say
had that one boyfriend who he was like, just bring her home by midnight, and he couldn't get you to leave the party. But then he showed up at midnight and was like, sorry, Judge, I couldn't get her to leave, but I'm here.
That's a good
Wait,
guy.
are you serious?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
party animal over here.
Wait,
Nice.
the boyfriend left the party and went to your dad and,
and
said,
said, I'm here at midnight, but Cindy's not with me. The good news is we're here at midnight, but Cindy's not with me. It was like,
Unfortunately,
I tried,
your daughter
Judge.
is not.
She wouldn't leave the party.
"Well, what the fuck was he supposed to say?" And then now he's
know.
stuck with this fucking guy. Like, all right, I guess you're my
So,
daughter now.
Yeah, just checking in. So
Wow.
yeah.
That's so funny.
She was hiding in the bushes.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I would come home and my dad would go, Cindy, what time is it? I said, I think it's like 11 or something. And then the clock would chime, bing, bing, like 2. Oh. I thought it was 11.
You also used to leave the house with a pitcher of orange juice so you could mix it with vodka with your friends who were like, bye, I'm taking this orange juice. We're going roller skating.
My grandma's just, there's a
She had
million
no
kids
idea.
running around. She's like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh my
Because
God,
dad
Grandma.
couldn't see that.
Or 7th grade, Mom, your nose job that you wanted.
Oh yeah. And your
You don't
hair
need a
and-
nose
Oh,
job.
I want.
No.
She threw into it, but at the time, and then I remember crying and crying, and I ran into the bathroom, and I heard my dad say to him, "Jean, does she need a nose job? Does she have a big nose?"
Well,
I can hear you.
Well, Well, also seventh grade, which is the worst grade for everybody.
Right.
It's that awkward stage.
Yeah,
It's awkward for you going through
it's
puberty.
really-
It's like when you get your period. It's
Right.
not
But also, you had curly hair, and no one
Right.
explained you how to manage curly hair. So you're
This
cutting
was my
the
hair.
curls.
And I wanted it like Cher.
Right.
Oh, how could my hair be like that? Look at it. How could this hair ever be like Cher's? I was like, so I would just go to bed with it wet and wake up in the morning, and it was like, and I'd go to school. I didn't know any better.
You cut it. You would cut like the frizzies.
Yeah,
didn't you?
And then my
cut
grandma
all
made them
this.
wear capes for like
Why?
Yeah.
Like a poncho.
a
They were like
poncho.
ponchos. So Sherry and Mateo's mom and I had matching
So you
capes.
didn't look like Cher.
But we were not superheroes.
Trying.
We just had capes
He used
like
to
that.
pray every day on the bus on the way to school that was blown up.
Yeah, I hated middle school.
It's fucking
Who
rough.
doesn't hate
Yeah,
middle
exactly.
school?
Awful.
I liked
God.
middle school a little
You
bit,
did?
but I went to like this little like hippie Waldorf school, so we would like paint pictures all day.
Okay. Oh,
And then
what
I-
was,
but
is
then
that
I
what our
failed in
class
high
was like for
school.
you guys? They went to Catholic school. We did not
Oh,
go to Catholic
God.
school.
Our art was terrible. Excuse me.
Was it like an all women's Catholic school?
No, it was just
No,
really
because they let
small.
Kelly there.
We would like weave paper. That was like the extent of our art project.
Oh
We're going to make
Jesus!
baskets, but it's out of paper.
And the art teacher wouldn't help Kelly because she was a lefty. She's like, I can't help you draw.
And then when you guys would do basketball, you had to be the nets.
Yes, hold
So
on.
you're just getting
hold on.
hit in the face.
Right.
All these kids are just being hit in the
Yeah, you
face.
just had to hold a hula hoop up.
didn't
No
have
one
a
wanted
gym.
to be the basket.
Have you guys gotten to meet Kike?
Yeah, these
I
two
met
did.
him.
I did not
Yes.
yet.
Oh, because
He was
that's another
very
thing.
nice.
When I was doing my taping in Chicago, I was
yeah.
like, all right, I'm like, Ma and Cindy, you guys can come. 'Cause I don't want Steve to come. I was like, you guys can come. And then like the day of, it begins. My Cindy's like, well, can Kelly come? I'm like, fine, just Kelly. But that's it.
Now, why didn't you want him to come? Did you feel embarrassed?
No, they could come. I mean,
You only had a certain number of
but again,
tickets.
there's going to be 30 of them coming.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Also,
you have to
sometimes
limit it.
If it's family too, sometimes I care more about my family's experience. So then, if my family's coming, I'm like, well, I want to know how the other comedians are because I've had cousins.
Oh, we always review afterwards.
Me too, but my cousin Mary has come to so many shows, and then sometimes if I know the comics are going to be really bad, I'm like, Mary, I don't want you to have to sit through this comic.
that's nice.
because they're mean.
Oh.
And there was one comic where she was going to go to a show, and I wasn't there, and she's like, "How are they?" And I was like, "You're not going to like them. You're not going to like them." She's really sensitive, and then I was like, "Watch a clip," and she watched the clip, and she goes, "I feel sad," and I go, "Don't go to the show."
yeah.
So I get like worried if the comics are going to be mean or something.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
fine.
I always make fun of everyone.
Yeah, you
Right,
would just make
that's
fun of them
good.
afterwards.
And
yeah,
this
but-
was for TV, so I was like,
They'd be
I'm
good.
there. I like whitened my teeth that day. I went to I was like, Matteo, I am ready for you.
Gym shorts on with that prom dress.
Got my jock strap on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I met Kike. He was
nice.
wonderful. He was
Super
really,
nice.
really nice.
Poor
Really
Kike. I just
nice.
literally threw him to the wolves. I was like, well, I got to go get ready. Bye, Kike.
Yeah, we had dinner with him. No, he was so nice, Matteo.
Hello.
He's very calming.
Yeah.
He's calming.
So opposite of
Yeah,
you,
which I
right?
think is
Exact
nice.
opposite.
But
It
I
is.
liked by the end of the night, he like made fun of me for how hard I was clapping because I really wanted to be on TV. So
Oh,
I
that's
was like
funny.
going nuts. And
That's how you do
yeah,
it.
And I just love
she
that he
clapped
like
so
made
hard.
fun of me. Yeah,
Felt comfortable enough.
Yes,
He's
totally.
Yeah, that's how you.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Evan Williams put it best. He was a guest on this podcast. You guys know Evan.
Oh,
he
yeah.
goes, this is what happens with an Italian family. He's like, when you meet an Italian family, you don't know it, but you're on an audition.
yeah.
And you have
Totally.
one audition, and if you don't pass it, I'm like, there are family members that have not passed the audition, like who come
yeah.
into the family, and when they don't pass, you're
Denied.
out.
Yeah.
You get one,
And you're out forever.
And for
So-
that reason, you're out.
And for that reason, I'm out. Kelly, you do a really good Barbara. Do the
I
Barbara
was
face.
watching her. She was like, I'm a very big fan of your product, but I'm not a big fan of you. I'm out.
How could Uncle Mike get on Shark Tank?
Yeah.
Oh, he
see?
would love
Wait, you
Yeah.
guys had an invention
But
you
he-
wanted to get on Shark Tank.
He has to actually make the product prototype first.
I know.
Right. Because he has to have something to show them so he can present it. Because if he says just an idea, then they'll rip him
a
off.
Buick
Right.
Century. That's the only thing he could like.
I know how
Shovels
to.
that work.
I can organize cars into driveway.
He talked about that night. He still talks about that night. I was in college, and some of my college friends came. It was over winter break. They came to my parents' house because we were going to go out, in a town near us, and they all lived far away. So we had a bunch of cars at the house, and it was going to snow a lot, so you weren't allowed to park on the street.
Right.
He still talks to this day that he got 7 cars in that driveway, Jigsawed in there, and he was just beaming with
Obsessed.
pride.
He wants
She got them different cars. You got one on the side over there, one over there, and one over there. You see that? I got
You know, he
cars.
just stared at it out the window all night.
Oh, just a tear in his eye. Just
Did you
so
see them
happy
driveways?
that he saw that. One time he got mad at Kelly and Brian. For some reason, picked Kelly and Brian. Megan and I were spared.
Yeah, what's he like when
why.
he's mad? What's he
And
like
that-
when he's mad?
Well, when we were kids, I remember like he had a lot more authority. Like when we were kids,
Yeah.
front and center, and then
Yeah.
like all the cousins had to run
Megan
up
would
and
say,
line up.
Dad called front and center. We gotta go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, but then somehow
Because the White Sox lost, so he was mad,
Yeah.
and our dog like peed on the carpet. So he was
Peyton, which I want to get to Peyton soon,
Yeah.
but then he like decided that Kelly, Brian, you have to clean the car, and so like forced you guys outside to clean the car. And Brian, and Uncle Mike was like, "You're scrubbing, put water and scrub." And Brian's like, "I know how to wash. I wash myself every day."
Water,
Megan
soap,
and I,
water.
for some reason, didn't get in trouble, just laughing our asses off.
We were in the window, like just watching them.
You missed a spot. No,
We also had a-
He sat in the lawn chair then and watched.
Yeah,
them.
just sat
Oh,
2 feet
wow.
away in the lawn chair and I mean, he's.
watched them.
One time we got a pool. Remember our pool that summer?
Oh, that pool! I sent you that picture not long
We got
ago.
like a fake, like a kid's pool.
Right.
And every single day over summer, we ran to the backyard and laid in that pool all day long.
Sounds great.
Oh, it
Fit
was.
4 of us. And
Yeah.
I would say we all fit in it. Yeah,
We played games.
Yeah.
We listened to Wicked. That's when Kelly and I were teaching swim lessons, and neither one of us can swim. But Megan and my sister got us the jobs.
You were like a swim instructor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
correct.
Neither
But
one
we
of
just
us
wanted
can
to
swim.
talk to each other the whole
Oh,
time. So I'd be
God.
like, all right, kids, do some bobs and blow some bubbles. And I'd go swim by Matteo.
Yeah.
Could you show us how? No, we can't show you how.
Yeah. Oh, I can't show
you got to pay extra for that. Your
I didn't
parents
want to get
didn't-
my hair wet.
Right. Should we do 2 episodes and then we can do our next one with us answering a bunch of questions?
I know. I wonder if we should. How long has this episode been
I
going
think
on?
we should do
like
2
an hour?
episodes. Yeah, so let's wrap up this one, then we'll do a whole nother one.
Can we do it with them?
Of course.
Okay. Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
That's what I meant. So thank you guys so much for coming and hanging
my
out.
gosh.
And
Thank you so much for having us.
we're gonna do another
Thank you.
episode.
Yeah, and then they're gonna be back.
So fun.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Of course.